Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next pre-intermediate video lesson. And we're going to talk about weekends. Something, anything, nothing. Did you do anything on the weekend? I didn't do anything. I did nothing. Or, as it says here, nothing special. You see right there in the corner, nothing special. Maybe you can't see that at the moment because I have my picture covering it. But you'll be able to see that soon enough. Nothing special. So something, anything, nothing. What's the difference? We're going to look at that. And then adjectives ending in ed and ing. These can be tricky. So here's something, nothing, and anything. Here's adjectives ending in ed, and then we have some pronunciation, which the audio files will do. So let's go ahead and make this a little bit smaller. And let's go right down to the ed-ing ending. So how do we tell the difference? Bored, boring. I am boring, I am bored. What's the difference? Well, here's how you do it. How a person feels. Do we use the ed or the ing? We use the ed. I am bored. I'm bored. A thing or a situation. So the film, I'm watching a film. The film is boring, ing. So something is boring. The situation is boring. I am bored. Now, all right, let's, you actually have the audio files to go through this with here. We're going to erase this quickly. The audio file 421, you're going to do these exercises between bored and boring. But before you do that, we're going to switch over to a question that I'll have you do now or with your speaking partner, or you can share in an audio message with me. Student interview each other about experiences or object using ed, adjectives to describe your feelings. So let me give you an example. How do you, let's try this here. Let's go ahead and turn this, yeah, here we go. So how do you feel? Well, wait a second here. I see, 1 second, I'm gonna go ahead and so how do you feel about roller coasters? Roller coasters are these very scary rides in an amusement park. So how do I feel? Watch this. Let's go ahead and put this up. I am or I feel scared. ED, I am scared. I am frightened. Frightened means scared. Frightened. So this is how I feel. The ed ending is with my feelings. Versus, watch this. What do you think about roller coasters? They are frightening. They are frightening. So they, ing, it is frightening. I am frightened. What do you think about roller coasters? Why don't you answer that question to yourself or with a partner? But this is really interesting, and you can see the difference between ing and ed endings on adjectives. So let's describe another experience. What about describe how you felt? So it's past tense, past simple, on your first plane ride. Do you remember the first time you took a plane? How did you feel? I can tell you, I was nervous, but nervous isn't going to help us with the ed-ing. I was excited. I have to be honest, mainly excited. I was excited. Now, tell us about the plane ride. What was the plane trip like? What was the plane ride or trip, plane ride? The plane ride was exciting. That's where we have the ing. So you can ask different questions even to yourself. The first day at school. I don't know, your first time alone in an apartment, or the first time you were alone, or your first day at work, whatever. Try to explain, work was exciting. I was excited. And then you get to understand the difference between ed and ing. I will add this word file. I'm going to add it to your homework. So you'll see it below, and you can use this as a way to practice the difference. All right, we're going to go back here. Now you can do these. Bored or boring. Now watch you. We should know this now, shouldn't we? You are bored. Sundays are boring. I'm bored on Sundays. Sundays are boring for me, to me. All right. You're going to do that, and you've got the audio file then to back it up and listen and check your answers. All right, now we're going to go through grammar to the grammar point. Grammar point, something, anything, nothing. And you've got some examples here. Saturday night, friends away, ordered takeaway, but nothing on television. That means nothing interesting. There was nothing that I wanted to watch. I'm sorry about that. That's unfortunate. Very exciting. We're going somewhere hot and sunny. See you on Monday. So this is a good weekend or a bad weekend. You can sort of guess. What do you think about number 2? Is it a good weekend or bad weekend? Obviously, number 1 was a bad weekend. Nothing on television, so you're bored. Very exciting. Very excited. I'm very excited. We're going somewhere hot and sunny. See you on Monday. That's a good weekend. What about number 3? Had 2 theater tickets for Saturday night, but couldn't find anybody to go with me. Nobody loves me. That's a bad weekend, I think. I want to call your attention to one thing here. We have theater. Now, in the US, you spell theater this way, but in the UK, you spell theater when the R and the E are reversed. R-E, that is a British spelling. E-R, theater, it's the same, theater, it's the same pronunciation. But R-E is British, E-R is American. So just so you are aware of the difference. All right, let's go down to this. Now, look at the highlighted things here. We can see complete the rules. So for something, anything, and nothing, we talk about things. You can see thing is at the end of these 3 words. Somewhere, anywhere, nowhere talks about places. Where? Places. And body, somebody, anybody, nobody, is going to talk about people. I think that's pretty clear to see and very helpful. All right, let's go to the grammar bank, because this is where it gets interesting. Now, the first thing I want to tell you about, and I'll try to highlight this in a much easier manner, or clearer, hopefully a little bit. So first thing is that when you talk about somebody or anybody or nobody, it always takes a single verb. Somebody loves me. Anybody likes me. We don't say that, but anybody is singular. Anybody it's actually a question. Does anybody like me? So does is singular. You can see that does. If it were plural, it'd be do. So does anybody? Anybody takes a question, and nobody loves me. Singular noun. So somebody, anybody, nobody, even everybody, always is singular. So we want to remember that. Now, the other thing we want to remember is how we use these. So somebody, something, and someone all are found in a positive sentence. So somebody, excuse me, somebody is traveling at night. I saw the car. Somebody is traveling at night. This is a positive sentence. It's not negative. But when we look at anybody then is used with negatives. So, and a question, does anybody know English? You do. So yes, this is a question. We use anybody. We don't say, does somebody? We do in informal. Does somebody know English? We actually use that. But the official rules are, does anybody know English? This is a question. And a negative. I don't know anybody in Germany. Actually, in Portugal. No, that's not right. In Gibraltar. This is a small place. I don't know anyone in Gibraltar. Notice this is a negative statement. I don't know anybody. So we have the negative here, and then nobody is negative. So we can't say I don't know. We can't use two negatives. We can't say I don't know nobody. We say I don't know anybody. But if you want to use nobody, you can do this. Watch this. Nobody knows me. Nobody knows me. This is a sentence where nobody is negative, so we have to have the rest of the sentence be positive. And you can see here some of this nobody, you can see on the left here. I'll just quickly erase this. If you to the right, if you look here, that nobody is often used in short answers or in a sentence with a positive verb. So a short answer, let's look at a short answer with nobody. Do you know anybody here? Nobody. I don't know anybody. Nobody means I don't know anybody here. That's what that means. Nobody. You can say it one word. That's all you need. Now, you can also use nobody with a positive verb. It says there, nobody drives a car. They all walk. Walking is healthy. In England, lots of people walk. In Italy, lots of people walk. Do you walk in your country? Is it popular to walk where you live? Some places it's too dangerous. In the United States, for example, people don't walk. It's unfortunate because they need the exercise, but they don't. But in Europe, oftentimes people are moving a lot more because the city centers are very close. So you can get a taxi or generally you're just walking. All right. I want you to practice anybody, nobody, somebody. And these are the main rules. And you can see these main rules right here. Let's see if we can do this. No, that's not right. Let's try it here. Yeah. You can see here, this is positive, negative, a question, and then sort of a short answer here. Same thing with thing. Positive, negative is any, question is any, and then a short answer. No, nothing. Is there anything in the refrigerator? I'm starving. No, nothing. Ooh. Positive, let's go somewhere this weekend. Negative, we didn't go anywhere. Anywhere, did not go anywhere. Question, is there anywhere to park my car? Is there anywhere to park my car? No, nowhere. No, nowhere. There's nowhere to park. Two possible answers. You can either say this one or this one. You can either answer this way or this way. Honestly, most people, most native speakers use the short one. No, nowhere. No, nothing. No, nobody. They prefer the short answer with nobody. Nobody, no one, nowhere. Nothing. No thing, nothing. All right, very good. Below this are some questions. We're going to have to answer those right here. These are your exercises. And of course, you've got some more listening and pronunciation here that you can do with the audio files. And as you all know, the answers are below. So that's your homework. Happy studying. And remember, don't let anybody tell you you can't learn English. Do you see that? I used anybody. Don't let anybody tell you you can't learn English, because you can. And you're going to do it this week. Happy studying, everybody, and see you very soon. Bye-bye.